You're at checkout. The total feels like a lot. And then a friendly little button offers a way out. Or 4 ways in. Just 4 easy payments. Interest-free. The price didn't change, but suddenly it feels like it did. That's buy now, pay later. Split the purchase into installments. Often 4 payments over 6 weeks, with no interest if you pay on time. And used carefully, it could be a genuinely useful, free tool. The problem is that almost nothing about how it's designed wants you to use it carefully. Welcome to Fine Print, where we read the law so you don't have to. Today, buy now, pay later. Why the button makes you spend more, where the fees actually hide, and the 5 things to know before you ever tap Pay in 4. Point 1, and it's the foundation of everything else. The button is designed to make the price feel smaller than it is. A $200 jacket becomes 4 payments of $50. Your brain anchors on the 50. The 200 quietly disappears. This isn't an accident. It's the entire product. Studies of these services consistently find that shoppers spend more and buy more often when pay later is offered. Retailers add the button precisely because it lifts the average order. You're not being given a payment option. You're being given a reason to add one more thing to the cart. And follow the money for a second, because it explains everything. These services make their revenue from 2 places: fees from the stores, who happily pay because you buy more, and late fees and interest from shoppers who slip. The free version is the bait. The business is built on a steady share of people not paying on time. You want to be in the other group. Your move is a single question at checkout every time. Why buy this right now if I had to pay the full price today? If the only reason a purchase feels affordable is that it's been sliced into 4, that's not affordability. That's the slice doing its job. Point 2, the late fees, because interest-free does not mean cost-free. The whole pitch rests on the words, if you pay on time. Miss a payment, and the friendly button changes character fast. Late fees on these services are often a flat amount per missed payment, which sounds small until you see it as a percentage. A $7 late fee on a $50 installment is an enormous effective cost on a small balance. On the cheap purchases people use these for most, the fees can dwarf what any credit card would have charged. And the payments are usually set to auto-pay from your debit card. If the money isn't there on the day, you can get hit twice. A late fee from the lender and an overdraft fee from your own bank for the same missed moment. Your move: know every due date and never link a card or account that's running close to empty. Point 3, and this is the one that quietly wrecks people: stacking. Because each individual purchase feels so small, it's easy to have 5, 6, 7 of these running at once from different stores on different apps with different due dates. Each one felt like nothing. For payments of 20 here, 4 of 15 there. But now there are a dozen withdrawals hitting your account across the month, on dates you can't quite track, adding up to real money you never consciously decided to spend. The damage isn't any single purchase. It's the pile. Picture a normal month. Rent leaves on the 1st. Then on the 4th, the 8th, the 11th, the 15th, small withdrawals you forgot about start landing. Your balance looks fine on payday and somehow empty by the 20th, and you genuinely can't say where it went because it went to 6 different jackets you bought 3 weeks apart. Unlike a credit card, there's often no single statement showing you the whole picture. The debt is scattered on purpose. Your move: if you use these at all, keep one list yourself of every active plan and what's due when. If that list ever surprises you, that's your signal to stop opening new ones. Point 4, your credit score, where the rules are shifting and genuinely confusing. For years, the appeal of these services was that they sat outside the normal credit system. That's changing. Increasingly, the major providers and credit bureaus are moving to report buy now, pay later activity. That cuts both ways. Pay reliably, and it may eventually help build credit. But miss payments or pile up too many plans, and it can start to hurt your score the same way other debt does. The takeaway isn't to fear it. It's to stop assuming this debt is invisible and consequence-free, because that assumption is exactly what the easy button encourages, and it's becoming less true every year. Treat a pay-later plan like the loan it actually is. Point 5, the one nobody thinks about until it happens: returns and disputes. When you pay with a normal credit card and something goes wrong, the item never arrives, it's broken, the store vanishes, you have strong, well-established rights to dispute the charge. With buy now, pay later, it gets murkier. You now have 3 parties: you, the store, and the pay later company. If you return an item, You often have to keep making payments to the lender until the store processes the refund and the lender catches up. You can be paying for a jacket that's already back in the warehouse. And if the store and the lender disagree, you can get stuck in the middle, still on the hook for payments while two companies point at each other. Your move: keep every confirmation and return receipt, and don't assume a return automatically cancels the plan. Confirm it in writing with the pay later company directly. It's worth noticing what you give up here versus a credit card. A credit card sits between you and the merchant as your advocate, with decades of consumer protection law behind disputes. Many pay later plans pull straight from your debit card instead, which is closer to handing over cash. The money is simply gone while you sort it out, rather than held back by a card company on your side. And one bonus warning, because pay later isn't only the free 4-payment kind. The same buttons increasingly offer longer plans, 6 months, a year, more, and those very often do charge interest, sometimes a lot of it. The interface looks almost identical to the free version, but you may be signing up for a real loan with a real interest rate, presented with the same cheerful, low-friction design. Read which kind you're actually choosing. Pay in 4 and pay over 12 months are very different animals wearing the same friendly coat. So here's your playbook for that little button. Ask if you buy it at full price today. Treat interest-free as true only if you never miss a date. Track every active plan yourself, because no one else will show you the pile. Remember, it can touch your credit now. Keep your receipts for returns. And always check whether you're tapping the free plan or a real loan. And the honest bottom line, used with discipline on something you were going to buy anyway, the free pay in 4 can be a smart, no-cost way to manage cash flow. The danger was never the math. It's the design, built to make spending feel like saving. Use the tool. Don't let the tool use you. A simple gut check separates the two. Pay later works best on a planned purchase you could already afford, where splitting it just smooths the timing. It works worst as a way to reach something you can't actually afford yet. Same button, opposite outcomes, and only you know which one you're really doing when you tap it. Quick note: this is general consumer information, not legal or financial advice. These services and the rules around them are changing quickly, so read your specific agreement before you tap. If a provider mishandled a refund, double-charged you, or buried a real interest rate in a free-looking button, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau takes complaints for free, and these companies do respond to them. If this saved you money, subscribe, because the fine print never stops. Next time, the airline ticket and all the things that used to be included that now cost extra. The law explained.